Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Elliot and today we're going to be discussing Amazon private label versus retail arbitrage and which option is best suited for yourself. So what is private label? So private label is where you buy a product and put your own brand name on that product. So you'll be buying it from a manufacturer, most likely in China, and they will be then putting your brand name onto that product and you'll be selling under your own brand name. Retail arbitrage is where you go into a store like Tesco or TK Maxx and you are buying a product that already exists under another brand name, and then what you will do, you'll be reselling that product on a platform like Amazon for a higher price, and then your profit will be the difference in price. So you're looking for cheaper items by well-known brands. So here's an example of a private label seller on Amazon. As you can see, their branding is on their packaging. That product's probably been customized in some way. And yeah, that product is only being sold by that store. So nobody else is on that listing selling that product. So that's how we can tell it's a private label product. And I've never heard of Astroli jade rollers before, have you? And here we can see a retail arbitrage seller on Amazon. There's a number of sellers on that listing. So basically what's happening here is they're all competing for the buy box. So all these sellers are competing with each other in order to win the buy box and win the sale. These sellers would have gone into stores like Nike or found the product online and bought it in bulk, and now they've or they could just buy one item, not necessarily need to be in bulk, and now they've got the item and they're selling it on Amazon, and that's how they're making their money. So these pros and cons to private label. We'll start off with the pros first. It's very passive once it's up and running. Like I said in the last video, I only spend around 3 hours a week maintaining my business on Amazon. That's managing advertising and responding to customer emails and arranging for new inventory to be sent into Amazon. Another positive is nobody can sell the exact same product as you. So I'm the only one that can sell my brand on Amazon. Nobody else can because I'm brand registered. So nobody can jump on the listing with me. I have full control over the listing and price. So nobody can dump the price on the product or change any photos or anything like that. I have full control over everything. If you are creative, private label is probably the way to go because you can put your own input on the product, the marketing, the photos, the text, the whole listing and product is yours, so you can do whatever you want with it. Once you have a good selling product with private label, it should sell for the foreseeable unless it's seasonal. But yeah, with arbitrage, you're basically don't know how the product's going to play out over the next few months. So especially with my products in private label, I've been selling one product since 2017 and it's sold well ever since. So yeah, once it's up and running, you basically have a sustained income there as long as the product continues to do well. It's very easy to scale with private label. All you need to do is launch more products basically, and you're basically bolting on extra levels of revenue to your business and profits. So it's very easy to scale, and as well, probably the key pro out of all these is that you're building an asset along with passive income. So you're building a real asset with your brand, with your IP, with the products you developed. That's a sellable asset which you can sell for around 5x yearly profits. So if you're making 100,000 a year, you'll be looking at an exit of around £500,000. So it's very, very good in that sense. So you're building two levels of income really. The cons of private label is 90% of the work is up front. There's a lot of initial work that gets put into private label because you've got to find the product, you've got to speak to suppliers, you've got to sample the product. But once it's all done, it's all done. But a lot of the work is up front. So you might spend 3 months working before you've actually got the product, the idea of the product you are actually going to sell. There's a high initial investment in relation to arbitrage. You're looking at around £4,000, in my opinion, to get started with private label. That should cover advertising, marketing, initial stock investment. So it is quite a substantial amount of money. Another negative, the products normally come from China. So with that, you've got long waiting times, sea shipping times. And you've also got additional costs there with import duty, shipping charges and that sort of thing. Another negative is that you need money for 2 batches of inventory, because once one batch of inventory is in the UK in Amazon and start to sell, if your product's selling, you're going to have to reorder ASAP, because if you don't, you're going to end up running out of stock. So you really need you need money for 2 batches of inventory, because before you actually get any money back from the first batch, you're probably most likely going to be ordering a second batch. And Amazon only distribute money once every 2 weeks, so that's another problem which you will encounter with cash flow. Another negative is you're responsible for all the marketing material, so you've got to do the photos, the pictures, everything. So with Arbitrage, you're just jumping on another person's listing, so they're responsible for all that. But with private label, you are responsible for all that. It's more complex, so you'll be running ads for your products to launch them. You will also be creating listings with GS1 barcodes and that sort of thing. So you need a more technical knowledge of Amazon with private label, because you're doing a lot more things actually on Amazon. It's a higher risk in a sense, because the product you're importing is your own product. So if a product doesn't sell with Arbitrage, you can easily get rid of that product at a car boot sale or selling it on eBay or something like that. With private label, if you get landed with 1,000 products you can't sell on Amazon, then you're going to have to liquidate that inventory somewhere. So you probably will end up losing more money if your products don't sell, and you will have money tied up for long periods of time. So again, cash flow is a very big problem with private label. You are going to burn through a lot of cash doing private label, but it is worth it in the end. But yeah, cash flow problems are a big thing with private label. So retail arbitrage, some of the pros with retail arbitrage is that you can get started for very little money. For around £100 you can get started. All you need to do is go down to the local store, or you can find products online, and you'll be able, as long as you can find deals, then you can buy the product if you have enough money. All your inventory is probably coming from the UK, so you've got no long shipping times from China. It's relatively passive, because all you're doing is finding the product. Once you've found the product, you're basically getting it sent to your home address or a prep center, then it's going directly from there into Amazon. So it is quite passive in that sense. You don't need an extensive knowledge of Amazon in order to make money. Unlike private label, where you're creating the listings, doing all the marketing material, with Arbitrage, you're basically jumping on other people's listings. So all of that is done for you. So all you're doing is sending inventory into Amazon and getting it processed, and that's basically it. It's very quick to start making money with Arbitrage. Once your inventory is in Amazon, you can start. So you'll make money pretty much within a few days if your product's priced right and you pick the right product, and it's not going to be a slow seller. I'm sure you won't pick the wrong product. Money is not tied up for long periods of time. So like I said, your cash flow, you'll get through your cash a lot faster than you will do with private label. Say you spend £20 on a product and it sells next week for 50, then that the whole of your investment's back, plus your profit. So unlike private label, where your money might be tied up for 2 months with deposits and sea shipping and getting it into the UK, it's a very quick turnaround with private label. Your money gets recycled fast. And another thing is seasonal products are great for for retail arbitrage. For example, now you could start buying Christmas decorations and that sort of thing to sell on Amazon. You're getting it at a lower price now, and then you can send it into Amazon end of November, early December, and you'll be in peak season then, so the price will probably be higher, and you'll be making a lot more money, and you'll be selling a lot faster as well. So seasonal products are great with retail arbitrage. Retail arbitrage cons are work is still required to source products, so you're going to have to be constantly sourcing products with retail arbitrage. With private label, you can, once you've got the product in selling, you can just sit back and relax basically. With retail arbitrage, you will need to be constantly looking out for new product to sell, because it's very unlikely you're going to have one line of product and you're going to have 1,000 products within that line. You're going to get 1,000 inventory. It's not very unlikely going to happen, so you're going to be sourcing 1 or 2 of the same product each time. So you're going to have to be constantly looking for new products to sell. You're relying on deals quite a lot from retailers to find profitable inventory. So if say you get the inventory, say you get a board game from Tesco might have it 50% discount, but they'll only have 10 of them, for example. So yeah, you've got to constantly be on the lookout for deals from retailers for that. You can't really scale this model easily because there's only so much one person can do. So with private label, the work's being done by Amazon. All you're doing is finding products and launching them. If you constantly, there's only so many hours in a day you can look for products to sell, so it's not really scalable in that sense. You're gonna have no repeat business, so people aren't going to be buying into your brand. They're just going to be going on Amazon, buying a product, and all they are interested in is that product. They're not buying into your brand, your business, which is another negative. And you're only building passive income. You're not building an asset with retail arbitrage. So there's no IP or brand you're building with retail arbitrage. You're just basically just reselling products on Amazon. So there's no value that you can put on your business really, because that's all it is stock. So which method is best suited for yourself? So with private label, it's probably best for people with around £4,000 to invest. That being you need money for marketing, for second batches of inventory and all that sort of thing. So if you've got around £4,000 to invest, private label will be great. If you don't mind having money tied up for long periods of time, private label is also great, because like I said, with shipping times from China, and you're going to have at least 30 days manufacturing time, and you're going to have at least another 30 days sea shipping time. So that's 60 days plus any delays. So you're looking probably about another 15-20 days. So it's nearly 90 days you're going to have your money tied up for before you start selling the product on Amazon. If you don't mind taking a larger risk with money, private label is also great. It's a risk reward, the old risk reward game. But yeah, you've got to be willing to lose quite a lot of that money if you want to get started with private label, because there is that risk to it. And if you're looking to build a proper business and an asset with potential to grow off Amazon, private label is great. If that's something you are looking to do, then private label is the model for yourself. If you're looking to get into arbitrage, it's great for people that are looking for quick passive income. Like I said, you can recycle your money really fast, around a week. If you have the right product at the right price, you can get your money recycled really fast with retail arbitrage. It's ideal also for people that are new to e-commerce. If you're just looking to test the water with Amazon and potentially look at getting into private label once you've tested out and played with retail arbitrage for a bit, it is a great model for that. And it's also great if you've got a lower budget, because like I said, you can get started with £100. All you have to do is find the right products and be able to make money on that product. So yeah, it's great in that sense, because you only need £200 to get started. So yeah, I hope you found that video useful. Private label is the one for me, and it probably will be the one for most people out there. But retail arbitrage is still a great model. Anyway, thanks for watching, and like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.